It's time for some more entertaining eats.
The meatball edition.
Oh, these babies are simmered to absolute perfection.
Oh, and they are served with this most amazing salsa verde sauce.
Oh my gosh, and then you take one bite and all of those Mexican flavors just come to life.
Yay.
Oh, that's so good.
I love the meatball edition.
I do too. We need to do a lot more of these. Albondigas.
Yay.
So I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My meatball Loon. That one just writes itself.
Yes,
oh
totally.
my gosh. So we love Mexican food, of
Yes.
course. We love
meatballs.
So we are absolutely in heaven. So
Yes.
we're going to start making this salsa verde. So now what
I
I'm going to
love it
do
so
is
much.
I have got a nice big pot here. I'm using my Dutch oven. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring this to a boil. But
Let's show
talk
these
about
guys.
that.
Yeah, these are tomatillos. These make up like the base of the salsa verde.
Yeah.
So good. They have a little wrapper around them, like they're little gifts.
Yeah, they're little packages. Before you do that, I'm going to go ahead and I've got 2 eggs. We're going to hard boil these eggs. They make for the most amazing filling. They go into the meatball. So we'll talk
Yes,
about that later.
amazing.
But I'm going to start this. You put this in the water before it comes to a boil, and then it comes to a boil.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's
so
all I had to say
Oh,
about
that's all you got. So the tomatillos, yeah, they have that cute little wrapper. You just take that wrapper off. You wash them, and this is
And
a
we got
pound
some
and a half.
jalapenos,
And then
too.
we have whole jalapenos that we've put in here, and we are just going to bring this all to a boil, and it's
Get
going
them
to
all soft.
all those what are those things called? Oh, they're called eggs. Those are going to go for only 6 minutes once we get to a boil, and then I'm going to
right. Gotta get those out of there.
We got to get them out there and let them cool. All right. Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, so we're building some salsa, baby.
It smells good.
It
in
already
here.
smells good. So
Yeah.
so we brought it up to a boil, and then after 6 minutes of boiling, I got my trusty slotted spoon and I removed those 2 eggs, which are now beautifully hard boiled, and we're going to
Yes.
peel those and put them into the meat mixture in just a moment.
Yay.
But now we're going to start. We're going to start making the salsa. Now, what you want to do, this after, I should tell you. So after I removed that, the eggs, I let these vegetables continue to cook for another 15 minutes. You want to get them nice and soft like they are right now. And then you're going to want to let them cool down enough where you can handle the heat.
Yes. Can you handle the heat?
I can handle the heat.
I can't handle the heat.
I know. But I know. It's still kind
And
of
you
hot.
want to, that's a little hot, yeah.
But that's
Now,
okay.
do you want to keep some of those in
It
there?
all depends on your likeness. Now this is 2 jalapenos, so they're going to just in and of themselves going to pack a little bit of heat.
Yeah, throw those babies in there.
I know we like a little bit. If you like your salsa to be spicy, then by all means leave the seasoning. You can just.
I need my nasal passages
I
to
know,
clear
I know.
up.
And this is a good kind of spice. It's that kind of spice that just, I don't know, it just feels good on the back of your throat.
It does.
Especially if you got a cold and you kind of need to
It's-
clear it out your
totally.
sinuses.
Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to throw some other ingredients in here for the salsa verde.
Okie dokie.
I've got a cup of chicken stock, good quality chicken stock.
Now, while he's doing that, I'm going to just be transferring these
You got
tomatillos in there. Oh, they're so perfectly cooked. And they're going to fall apart a little bit, and that's okay.
You're just
And
here.
I'm-
Take this. Follow you.
Okay.
All right, and then we have a teaspoon of cumin, ground cumin.
Ground
I
cumin.
love it. That's
I
got
know. That classic Mexican flavor.
Then we have 2 cloves of minced garlic. Get that in there. All this goodness.
Yes. It makes the best sauce.
And then 3/4 cup of ground cilantro, or not ground, chopped cilantro.
Fresh.
Fresh cilantro. Oh, it smells so good.
I know.
All right, how you doing there?
I'm doing good. I got one more tomatilla.
Okay, and then I've got a teaspoon and a half of salt. You got to get some good salt in there.
Yeah.
And then just a half a teaspoon of pepper.
Good old black
Yes.
pepper.
Good old black pepper.
Did you get everything?
I think so. Do I need any oil?
No.
Okay, no
We'll
oil.
we'll have oil in just a moment.
All right.
Now, while he's doing that, I'm switching out. I'm changing pots just because I love cooking with my cast iron skillet. You could have done this in the same pot, just drain it. But anyway, we're having fun.
Here we are. Here I go. I don't want to do it over, right? I want to keep it some chunks in there.
Yeah, but yeah,
I think that's good.
Maybe to give it one more pulse.
One more pulse. All right, hold on. That one more pulse is. There we go. Good.
Okay.
How's that?
That's beautiful.
Ooh, it smells so good, y'all.
Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of just intensify the flavor even more. And I'm going to put a little oil in my cast iron skillet here. That's about a tablespoon. And we're going to crank this to medium heat. And just very carefully.
You ready for me?
I'm about to stand back. Yeah, just very carefully pour that in there.
There we go.
Oh, and this is what those meatballs are going to cook in.
Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful? Oh, the smell.
So good. I like it a little chunky.
I do too.
Now, one last thing we want to do when preparing for those meatballs is get a little milk in those breadcrumbs.
We're going to get a little milk in those breadcrumbs.
Get a little milk in those breadcrumbs.
So this is a cup and a half. I love to use fresh breadcrumbs. You can use store-bought, that's okay. But there's some, and this is even, I had a loaf of sourdough. I made it with the sourdough the other day, and it was ridiculous.
So good.
But this is a trick. You've probably seen this in all meatball recipes. You just do this, and it makes the meatballs super moist. And we're just going to let that really take a few minutes.
And
for
that helps with the meatballs staying together, yeah?
It's a binder, but it also just makes them super moist and juicy. So that needs about 5 minutes to let it really absorb, and then we're gonna put together those meatballs. This is gonna simmer for about 15 minutes. I'm so excited. I could just stand over this and just smell it. It's clearing my sinuses, and it's making me so happy.
It smells delicious.
So this has been going for about 10 minutes.
Yay.
Okay, we got our...
Now the Albondigas. I love it, the meatballs. So we've got two kinds of meat. We've got a half a pound of ground pork and a half a pound of ground beef. And then we have those 2 eggs that we boiled, and I peeled them. It's impossible to peel sometimes. And then chop them up, not too finely, but
no, you
don't want like giant chunks.
When you form the balls, if you've got big old pieces of egg sticking out, it can be a little problematic. So
that's all right, though. I like a big egg sticking out there.
I know.
All right, and so I'm going to just stick those in there. And then we got a chipotle. Oh, this is where it adds a lot of flavor.
So chipotle are they're like smoked jalapenos, and they pack some heat. So again, they're loaded with those seeds, and they come in cans in this adobo seasoning or a sauce that is just smoky and so delicious.
Yes.
If you like it extra spicy, then go with like 3. If you'd like it not real spicy, then just do 1.
You got some of the seeds out.
I used a knife and just kind of opened it up and just scraped some of those seeds out, and then we got a couple of teaspoons of the sauce that's in there.
Lovely. And then we have an egg, a whole egg.
Whole.
Then we have some parsley. This is, how much parsley is that?
Tablespoon.
A tablespoon of parsley.
Fresh parsley.
To give it some color. Then we have a half an onion chopped.
Perfect.
And we've got those breadcrumbs. Remember those breadcrumbs we talked about? We put some milk in. So those have been sitting there.
Those have been sitting. They've absorbed it all, and it's just going to make the most delicious, most moist meatball.
So good. All right. And then we have a teaspoon of salt, and then a half a teaspoon of pepper. All right.
And now the fun part comes.
Now I'm going to get dirty.
Use the best tool in your kitchen, your hands.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that'll do.
You're just going to squish
Squishing.
Yeah, I want to
get those meats well incorporated. I was on the beef. I like to go with. Don't go with a super fatty beef because these are going to cook in the sauce, and then it's going to, there's a lot of flavor there. So I go with, I don't know, sometimes I do 85%, sometimes I do 90%.
Wow,
but
those
that
are going to be
looks
some
amazing.
good meatballs.
Yeah, all right, you're going to get meat mitts.
Yeah, totally.
Then we're going to make some meatballs.
Yes.
Okay.
You do. I do have some mittens.
You do. Okay, so now let's start to make some meatballs. You really want to do whatever size you like. I find that if you have a scale, a kitchen scale, it's about 2.2 ounces, but you want it to be about the size. Oh, I don't know. Is that the size of a golf? Would be a big golf ball.
No, that's a good size.
That's a good size, but that's a little larger, I think,
How's
than a
that?
golf ball.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. That's you like to make the big meatball, bigger meatballs. So, anyway,
here you go.
If you do them about this, Wesley's got big ones. So they should give you about 12 meatballs, unless you do Wesley size. And you may get like 10.
All right, here. Let me make a butter one.
A butter one.
A better one. There we go. That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, perfect. We've got 12 perfectly made balls. Now we've got our sauce here, and this is the fun part. We're just going to drop them right in there, and
these are some. Oh, that's a big one.
I know. But
there
that's okay. That's all right. I mean, we're making Mexican meatballs, for goodness sake. So,
I love
speaking of Albondigas.
Oh gosh, I almost forgot. So we were on vacation years ago.
Yeah, when we were youngins.
When we can actually take vacations. And then we went to Mexico, and we went to this awesome ranch where we were going to do a horseback ride. And there was about 30 of us, right? About 30 of us.
Yeah, it was a pretty big group.
And so Chris pretty much got his horse right off the bat. And we were like, wow, well, look at that cute little horse. I thought it was a mule, but it was actually a horse. It just had a little bit of a sunken in back.
Yeah, he had like kind of like a round belly.
Yes, and
it's shaped like
as like a meatball, which was the name of the horse.
The name of the horse was Albondigas.
Yes, and it was so hysterical. Anyway, that's what I like to talk about.
I know.
My horse, on the other hand, was this gigantic, fire-breathing blonde thing called Canario, and they'd say, "Canario es loco." And I'd be like, "Yay, great!"
And Wesley was like, "Oh, my
yeah."
He did not tame.
No, the Loon did not tame the Canario.
Oh, Canario. Okay, so we have regaled you with so much fun, right? So these are going to now simmer in this sauce for 20 minutes. The smell is ridiculous, and then and it's okay if they're not completely submerged. That's perfectly normal. They're going to cook down a little bit, and then after 20 minutes, certainly we will have washed our hands. Then we're going to flip them over and let them go for another 20 minutes, and then these babies are ready to eat.
Amazing.
It's meatball time!
Yay!
Look at those.
Wow.
Are those not a thing of beauty?
Oh, yeah.
So let's just recap real quick. So after you drop these balls in, especially since we made them kind of bigger, they're probably going to sink to the bottom, and they may want to stick. So it's not a big deal, but what I do is I just get a spoon and I just kind of move them around a little bit until they really start to cook. And then after 20 minutes, I just get a couple of pair of forks and just very gently flip them over and then let them simmer for another 20 minutes. And folks, we have got meatballs that are going to be amazing. Galore. So
Albondigas galore.
Albondigas galore. So you may be wondering now, what is the best way to serve these? I think they're wonderful as an appetizer. You can make these ahead of time. Keep them warm in your slow cooker.
Or you could serve them as an entree with some cilantro lime rice.
It is so good. That sauce and that lime rice, we have the video for that.
Oh gosh, yeah, watch that.
At the end, make sure you watch it because it is
so
insane.
Good.
Okay,
come on over.
I know, I brought this over because I do not want to lose a ball.
No.
Okay.
There we go. Y'all.
You want two?
Oh yeah. Yep. And then throw some sauce on that.
I'm going to. Oh, you want? Yeah, we got to do a little sauce. You guys, I'm speaking of, we're telling you about other videos, but the other great, if you like meatballs, we have Swedish meatballs.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
You should watch the Swedish meatballs. Okay. I have them both at the end of the video. Okay, I just plated myself.
Yeah,
now I'm going to give you a little bit. This is some crumbled Cojitia cheese.
Yes.
That is ridiculous. And just a little more cilantro just for good measure.
Okay, that is
something to behold.
Something to... Yep.
Get really excited about. I know.
Okay, y'all. I'm just gonna.
I have a feeling they're so tender.
I want to break one open. Oh wow. You guys.
I know. I'm salivating. I know.
You could see like a little bit of the egg in there.
I love it. The egg is the secret ingredient that gives it the moistness.
Okay, I'm ready.
And let's go in. That is meatball heaven. So much flavor!
That is intense, delicious. Oh, hold on.
I think I just heard Albondigas down in Mexico. Oh my gosh, that is so good.
Wow, I can't tell you. Y'all, you need to make this.
It's a sensation.
These are 10,000% Loon approved. I'm just having a real lovely moment. And, I've got a little sinus thing going on right now. And, that's just clearing it right out.
So good. It's got a little bit of heat. You can add more jalapenos, less, or more, whatever. It is so good. It just fills you with joy.
Make some albondigas!
Make albondigas, make meatballs, and be happy! We love you, everybody. Bye!